Welcome to part 4 of Star Fox 64, everybody. We're really getting in the thick of it now. There's not too much left to go.
There's an enemy base there?
Affirmative, General.
Good luck.
Let's sneak in low and surprise them. This is Donut? I can't believe they did this.
What a jump!
I hear you, Slippy.
Look out for the searchlight!
Let's take them all out!
Zonus is one of the most beautiful stages in the game, I think. Not graphically. Graphically, I mean, look, it's ugly as shit, but it's kind of supposed to. The planet is literally shit. I just think that thematically it's one of the more beautiful stages. I mean, just listen to this music.
Fox, get this guy off me!
Like, this is one of the most tragic levels in the game. It's like, this is a taste of what Andros is going to do to all these other planets. His ambitions are so huge that he can't help turning planets like this and Venom and Titania into utter wastelands where nothing can live without mutating into horrible new forms. Oh, who's this? Hello.
Take the right leg forward. I have the left.
Cat, what are you doing here?
And thus thousands of little boys became sexually confused. Okay, so before we talk about Cat, I just want to talk about Zonus for a moment, because this stage is pretty special to me. In terms of its tone, I think it contributes a lot to the game's feel, because like, this is where the game takes a drastically different turn. Okay, Quinaria, standard opening stage. Sector Y, Meteor, typical space adventure fluff. Catna, Ficina, Aquas. Okay, things are getting a little more extreme, the enemies are ramping it up, but it's nothing that the Star Fox team can't handle on any given day with their hands tied behind their back. But this, the fourth row of stages, Zonus, Solar, and Sector X, this is where things get depressing. You got Sector X with a base that was torn apart by Andros' own creation that just wanted to meet its maker. You've got Solar, a world on fire that'll just stay a hell zone forever. And then you've got this place that was, I'm sure, was beautiful for a time, but it's been completely wasted by Andros. Its resources squandered. It's like the toilet of the galaxy. And I just.
Damage my pretty face? Beautiful. I could kiss you for that.
Aim for the runner, Fox!
Tragic, and I just like that. It's very interesting to me how these stages are laid out, because after this, Andros goes all out. Like the next three areas, Sector Z, Macbeth, and Titania, the one planet we saw earlier, these are Andros' territory. You know, these are where his forces are launching from. And then you just have the sixth row, which is just the defenses around Planet Venom itself, and then Planet Venom. I just think, like, you notice these patterns along these three lines, these three pathways, and I think it's pretty darn smart. Like, I'm not going to pretend it's like a masterpiece in terms of storytelling, but in terms of how it's paced, I think Star Fox 64 is a pretty darn smart game. Anyway, let's talk about Cat for a minute. She's one of Falco's friends. She's basically his Bill. And she's the second character that assists you in some of these stages. She makes an appearance in this one. So if you go to Solar or Sector X, you're not going to see her in the fifth row of levels. But if you meet her here, she will reappear in two of the later stages to help you out just like Bill would. And I think that's pretty good. I like that they include so many chances for these other characters to appear and make an impact on the game. And it just, you know, widens the cast a little bit, adds a little bit of diversity. Cat herself is a pretty fun character. She doesn't get that much in the way of dialogue, but her actions make her a pretty valuable asset in these stages. Anyway, we're getting pretty close to the end of this stage. Taking out the searchlights, I never found it to be that cryptic of a goal. I don't think it's that artisty like that's what you're supposed to do, because like the other characters are so involved in this stage. They do so much to help you out. that I think it should be pretty obvious that the searchlights are a pretty important thing in this stage. Like, I'm not saying people who don't figure it out are stupid or whatever, but some of my own friends have had a bit of trouble, like, figuring out that the searchlights are what you're supposed to take down, but it's like, they give you a lot of hits. It seems like they give you a pretty big incentive to take them out. I don't know, I think that this stage is pretty fair in terms of its objectives, but you know what? I don't even mind being devoted to Macbeth because I like that better than Sector Z, but I'll get into that as the part goes on. Say hello to Sarine.
Disrespectful little whelp. I need some respect.
The Sarine is one of the most fun bosses in the whole game. It is so satisfying to just take this thing apart. It's also one of the toughest bosses, not in terms of difficulty, but just in terms of like how it's built. Because at first, the only destructible parts of it, the only parts you can really damage, are the exhaust pipes on the top and those cannons on the sides. If you destroy one of the cannons first, though, it'll submerge almost completely, and you can make things a little easier for yourself by shooting the eyes on the top. It's going to fire its wrecking ball at you either way, but at least without those eyes, it'll be less accurate and less likely to hit you. Like, look at this. It's firing, like, way out of the way. Okay, that time it almost got me. So anyway, think of the exhaust pipes like snorkels. If you take those out first, then it won't be able to submerge. And you'll see, like, you see now it's got its cannons back because it used a crane to repair itself underwater. But if you take out its exhaust pipes, you will be forcing it to pull parts out of the water with its crane, making the crane vulnerable. So you take that out, and then you can start taking apart the rest of it until the middle part is all that's left, and that's it. It's a pretty easy boss once you know what to do, and it's nice that the cannonballs it fires will give you like a seemingly endless supply of bombs to keep firing back at it. Hilariously, I've gotten into these like little matches where I'd launch a bomb, but it would keep getting blocked by one of the cannonballs, and so like the boss and I, we were just getting nowhere. Anyway, I just took out the second exhaust pipe. So now, like the next time I take out one of its cannons, it won't be able to go underwater again. So it'll completely expose its other vulnerabilities, and that's it. It's a pretty fun battle. Like it's one of the more drawn out ones, but it's the kind that I can imagine being really fun to watch if there was a Star Fox TV show. Again, I think Star Fox would work very well with that kind of episodic format, very much like something like Thunderbirds. So yeah, now this thing is essentially a sitting duck. All I have to do now is take out the cans one more time, and then I can go to town on the middle part, because now suddenly it's vulnerable to laser fire, and that's really it. It's basically just a tougher version of the attack carrier that we fought at the start of the game.
Everything's A-okay. Cat, where'd you go?
So yeah, Zonus is still in pretty rough shape, but maybe now they can start to purify its oceans. And like once we take Andros down, like the entire Lilith system can start to rebuild, and this planet will be beautiful one day. Make Zonus great again. It's pretty easy to get a medal in that stage if you just take out all the searchlights. Now, they give you a choice to go to Sector Z or Macbeth if you like manage to accomplish the mission. I'm going to Macbeth first. Now, this is one of my favorite stages in the game. It's right up there with Sector X. It is so fun, as you're going to see.
So you're going to attack the enemy base? Great idea, Fox.
It'll be a piece of cake, General.
Good luck.
We're we're really in the thick of it now. Welcome to Macbeth, one of the most pivotal, important planets in the Lilac Wars. This is one of Andros' planets. This is where the attack carrier and most of his other forces were built. They were made here, and then they were sent to other parts of the Lilac system to spread and conquer. If we manage to stop his operations here, it'll be a huge blow to his side. So, what's the goal of this stage? Well, just blow the frack out of that train. You don't have to take out the entire train, you just have to take out the engine at the front. You get plenty of chances to see lots of big explosions, and it's so satisfying. I'm cheesing lots of points here that, by all rights, I should not have. You see, these rocks are strong enough to withstand more than one charge shot, so any rocks within the blast radius of another rock that gets hit will also go towards your hits. But look at how many I have already. The stage has barely begun. It is a pretty short stage, but there's a ton of action. Also, we should be seeing a certain somebody again right around now.
Starting with that boy from the club.
Cat, not you again.
Is that any way to greet a girl?
She always says that because Falco is such a git to her. Like, they have a really weird relationship. Falco is so emotionally constipated, he just can't help being a jerk to everybody. It's kind of funny. It's like, we saw him open up a little bit on Zonus. We saw him getting really torn up over what happened to that planet, but this is just some other random-ass planet he doesn't care about, so he's back to his old self. Falco, we love you, but you make it so hard. Who am I kidding? Don't worry about the Forever Train outrunning the Landmaster. There will be stretches of the level where it'll go way ahead of you, and it'll stop and lay traps. It'll lie in wait. And the engineer will release certain useless stretches of the train, probably so the rest of it can escape faster. I gotta say, I love the explosions in this stage. Taking out this train, taking out chunks of it is so satisfying. In fact, I think it's even more fun in this version of the game than it is in the 3DS version. Like, sure, those explosions may be a little more realistic, but there's something so satisfying about these. Like, look at that. It's the kind of sensation you get from, like, crushing a crumpled piece of paper in your hand. It's just so, like, simple and fun to the child in me.
Shoot! He's right behind.
Well, you know, he was Falco, but he kind of got caught in the explosion of my bomb. I haven't talked at all about the engineer of the train. He's one of my favorite characters in the game. Like, he has so many great lines, and his delivery is gold. I feel kind of bad because I've been talking over all of his lines so far, and I'll be sure to hush up for a few of them coming up. I think he's about to talk right now.
What's wrong? Come a little closer.
Like, he's so self-assured. He's so sure that we don't have a chance. But like every other boss who's behaved similarly, you know, he'll lose his composure and then he'll die in a big fireball. By the way, fun fact, his name might be Benjamin. Yeah, apparently in a Japanese magazine or instruction manual or whatever, I think they refer to him as Benjamin, so this is one of the few bosses in the game who actually gets a name. So yeah, I guess that makes him pretty special. I've almost taken out the train. Like, look at this. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, the train really isn't that long. It just, and the stage itself is pretty short, but there's a ton of action. It's very satisfying. It's a great place to get hit. You will get so many more hits here than you could in Sector X. That's why this is usually my favorite planet to stop to, even if I'm mainly going along the third route. And look at that. All that's left is the engine. The stage is almost over. We've almost completed our objective. All we have to do now is divert it onto another track. But you see, the engineer is trying to make it to the supply depot. If he makes it that far, the boss will kill us. Just one attack. Boom. That's it. So the stage has a time limit. That's pretty interesting. However, there is a way to stop it.
Make way for Cat. I've got the left. You get the right, man.
So there are two ways to defeat this boss. One, you can beat it, but you won't get a mission accomplished, and you'll be diverted to the bottom path on the 6th stage. To accomplish a mission, you have to take out 8 switches that'll derail the train, or will divert the train onto another path. Now you see that switch right there, switch 5? That switch is so easy to miss. A lot of people miss that switch. That's probably why they have Cat take it out for you when she enters the stage. Like, if you don't go to Zonus first, she won't be here, but she is instrumental in this fight. So you're not going to see a lot of this boss's attacks. Like, even when I did another recording and I followed it for a while, it only used like the ones you're seeing right now, but it can pick you up with its mouth, it can fire beams at you through it from its wings, and it's a pretty intense fight. One time it grabbed me with its mouth, and then I fell out, and then I barrel rolled to the side so I would be lined up with a switch, and then I released a charge shot at it, and there you go. So there you go, mission accomplished. Hold on to your butts, because what you're about to see is beautiful.
No! Get the blade! I say, stop it!
That was so worth it.
All aircraft report.
I can see the look on their stupid faces.
I'm sure we heard him this time.
You're pretty good, Tiger. See you again.
Now it's our turn to kick some tail.
I love this stage. It's so great. Ah, so awesome. And yeah, that base, destroying the base gives you 50 points, so that's a really easy way to get the medal. And because I destroyed the base, I can go to the higher pathway on the, like the second to last level. But we still got one more place to show off before going that far. Sector Z.
The enemy army is gunning for you. Be careful.
Don't worry, sir.
Good luck.
I completely forgot to mention the boss's name, by the way. The boss is Macbeth. Get it? Like Macbeth, only it's a mech.
Enemy approaching from the left.
We'll gladly take this one.
You're gonna see me pause for just a second here because it seemed like my hotpod was acting up. I needed to make sure the recording was okay. So I just paused for a second, then started recording again. You're gonna see me do that a couple other times after this. I can't help it. Like, I'm still getting the hang of using the hotpod. I like it very much. I'm glad I can finally like record game footage of my own and have it turn out okay. Because I've tried using capture cards before in the past, like years ago, but like the Dazzle and Easy Cap, they just kept crapping on me. Like they wouldn't work, or they would become incompatible with my computer's drivers. And this hotpod that Exo sent me has restored my faith in capture cards, and I'm so glad that I can start recording my own footage for games again. Like, it's gonna like make my reviews like so much more involved. You're gonna see me actually demonstrating the things I'm talking about, and it's just gonna be great. Okay, so you may have noticed the Great Fox is in this stage. What is your goal? To protect it. You've also got to protect your friends, as they will help you protect the Great Fox, but you'll see how that plays out as we go on. Like, the enemies aren't really that dangerous by themselves, but there are so many of them. There will be wave after wave of them, and they will keep attacking your teammates to decrease your chances of stopping these things. These are Copperhead missiles, being launched like directly from Venom. They're very slow, but they are tough. They take a lot of hits. And if you manage to protect your teammates, they will come and assist you. They will help take out these missiles. Like, some of the times your teammates will take an entire missile by themselves. So if you want to get hits, you got to be really active, and you might not even want your teammates to survive, because then you can have the missiles all to yourself. Because if, say, Falco had gotten the last hit on that one, that missile, those points would have gone to him. But anyway, if you're not going for points, it is kind of a relief to have your friends there to help you out, because, like, especially if you don't have your lasers upgraded, because, oh my gosh, it takes so much longer to take the missiles down then. Like, I have it easy because I have the blue lasers. Also, by the way, you can fly inside the Great Fox, and it'll restore your health. Isn't that great? You could do something similar in Star Fox Zero, where you'll get, like, 4 bombs and a laser upgrade, and pretty great. So that was something I'm glad they brought back. Anyway, Sector Z is pretty intense. You notice the really panicky music is still playing. Because we're not done yet. We still have more missiles coming. Boy, this little Slippy is enough. Actually, I think the Slippy can take out an entire missile by himself. Ah, dang it. Well, not if he doesn't make it to the missile. Thankfully, a good old charge shot will do the trick every time. So if one of the missiles strikes the Great Fox, it won't completely destroy it, but it'll take out an entire wing, and the Great Fox it won't be able to like carry us to the final battle in Area 6, which you'll see on the next part. Like, you may have noticed this part's already almost done. And I'm basically pulling things out of my ass now because I'm running out of things to talk about. And look at that. Falco destroyed that missile. If I was going for hits, that would kind of piss me off. But I'm just glad he was able to help. And look who it is!
Hug all the fun.
Cat, can't you go bother someone else?
Let me help you out.
Yay! So yeah, this is another thing I love about the whole character system. I like that Cat appears in a whopping 3 stages. I like that Bill appears in a whopping 3 stages. It's just there's so many ways this game can play out depending on who's with you. It's not just your own teammates. It's, you know, other characters like Cat and Bill. Like, this game was pretty far ahead for its time. Like, it's a pretty simple system, but moment to moment, it spices up the gameplay a lot. And I haven't seen any other Star Fox game attempt anything quite like this. Like in Star Fox Assault. Let's say your teammates, you know, get taken out. Whatever, they'll just reappear in the next stage. It doesn't really affect anything. In Star Fox Zero, you meet characters like Cat and Bill, but they don't do anything.
I took care of a missile for you.
Here, she took out a missile and helped me finish that much faster. And yay, the Great Fox is okay.
You owe me, Falco. You're on your own. Good luck, little man.
All that's left now is to fly to Venom. Just take out its defenses, go to the planet itself, and that's it. The game is over. We've basically driven the last of Andross's forces back to the planet. It's time for the final battle. The next... Yeah, I just realized there's only one part left. I'm already almost done with this playthrough. I hope you guys have been enjoying this. It's been pretty fun for me so far. Sadly, we won't see Cat again for the rest of the game. She'll reappear in Star Fox Zero and Star Fox Command, but that's basically it. Like I said earlier, I usually skip this stage and go to Macbeth even if I'm doing really well on the top path, just because it's just a much more fun stage to me and you can get so many hits there. Like, you know, I'm kind of a nut about getting hits in this game. I don't know, it's just a little, because I'm a little... I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Let's just get this over with. This playthrough's already almost done. I'm getting pretty tired. I can't keep this going much longer. Let's just beat it.